I mean,
It seems unphysical.
unphysical. Today I learned that entropy is the freedomness of the substance.
Freedomness?
Yeah, and marking measures.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Be very careful.
Gentle.
Easy. Cheersy.
Cheers.
So here are my notes.
You're on them already. It's a good night.
You'll notice that it's a slice of a paper. The other slices are in here, as described previously. So I was hoping maybe you guys could introduce somebody else. Isn't you? Can you maybe like choose a
Like someone else at this table.
Yeah. Like clockwise. You to you. You to you. You to you.
I really don't know what to do.
Yeah, this is gonna be
And
nice.
if you don't know, you have to just
I
guess.
think I got it easy because Renee just explained it all.
Yeah.
This is Renee-Claude Bider,
Yeah.
and she does research, experimental research, on creating long RNA polymers through use of the Planet Simulator, which is a cool piece of equipment in the lab of Michael Reinstetter called the Origins of Life Lab. And this thing creates condensation by upping the humidity inside this chamber and then cooling down a plate. You can get condensation on the plate, creating a wet cycle. And when you heat up the plate, it evaporates and creates a dry cycle. And then you do that over and over and over. And then whatever is on your sample on that plate gets exposed to these cycles, and then you can create reactions which like to remove water, such as reactions making long RNA polymers. So that's what Renee does, and she adds cool things like clays and lipids and salts, and sees how these different things affect whether polymers are made or they're made longer or they're made shorter.
Is salt the spice of life? Is that the question?
Yeah, and I think the answer is no.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense, right? You salt something if you don't want bacteria to grow, and it seems like that just kills everything, right?
Yeah. But it makes
And-
food really delicious.
That's true. Yeah. Which is usually dead.
Yeah.
And Renee is a master's or PhD student?
She's an undergraduate student.
Wow.
I
There you
believe in
go.
her fourth year.
No, my third year.
She's the best of us.
I think I just
Yeah.
tried too hard, way too young.
You're peaking early.
It's working really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only downhill from here.
Oh. So are you doing a thesis? Or
No, I'll do
this
it.
is just research that you
This
do?
is just fun. This is a hobby.
Nice.
Fun? Really?
The most.
All right, cool. Thank you. Renee, would you like to introduce your guest?
Yeah, I'm not going to do as well as Ben.
Okay.
I had it easy.
Andrew Tupper. He does some sort of theoretical work where he looks at RNA and RNA replication in sort of a very, I was going to say simplistic. I don't think it's simplistic, but in a very like basic RNA building blocks for life kind of lens. Yeah, that's all I know. You might want
That was
to
pretty good, actually. That's basically what I do.
Nice and efficient.
That was excellent.
I was going to tweet out a picture of the people I was talking to today, and I found some good pictures of people, except for you. I found this.
That's a great picture. So my
Uncanny.
friend Sam actually drew that for me back in, oh god, I don't know, 8th grade maybe?
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I do recognize the essence.
That is me.
I like your wizard's cloak.
I think it's a dress.
Okay. Well, it's nice. It's good. So, Andrew, would you like to introduce your guest?
I would love to introduce Sean. I have known Sean for maybe 3 years, not actually sure. Her full name is Sean Ford. She
That's
does,
not my
Yeah.
full name.
That's just her first and last
Okay,
name.
first and last name. She apparently has a middle name, if you now know it.
How many middle names?
Just the one.
Just
one?
one.
Okay.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I'm not greedy.
Erica.
Like,
She has a
It's an
background.
E though.
Ellen.
Edwin.
Edwin would
Sean
be a strong
Edwin
name.
Ford.
I like it.
It's a family name.
Sean has a background in microbiology, but she works with rocks now because rocks are more interesting than life. She does something interesting with lipids and degradation rates of lipids. she does lots of experimental, crazy stuff that I don't understand.
That's about it, yeah.
Mostly just crazy stuff that people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's just decent
That's
stuff.
my
As a theorist, I think she
Nice.
just puts life into things and crushes it.
No, that's correct. I do that. I do. Yeah.
All right, well, we have one more. Sean, would you like to introduce Ben? Who
Yeah,
we've all
this
met?
is Ben KD Pearce, and I'm pretty sure KD stands for craft dinner in the traditional way.
Correct.
In the traditional way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
from our childhood.
it's white cheddar craft dinner.
The superior kind.
Refined.
How do you feel about the spirals?
No.
No?
Why?
That's true.
Benjamin Craft Dinner Pearce. In his spare time, brews beer quite well.
Thank you.
And in his professional time, does theoretical work on the origin of life in warm little ponds, and is interested in the presence of organic molecules in meteorites, and how you can maybe have a meteorite go in a pond and make life happen. That's kind of all I know, which is pretty much one of the papers Ben has that I read.
Oh, you read my paper.
Yeah, I read your paper. My PhD proposal is full of your citations.
Sean.
Whoa.
I tried reading one of his chemistry papers, that newest one. I could not understand it. I gave up. I gave up like a page in.
I was going to say, and it sucks.
I mean, the first page was great, but then I couldn't understand anything.
1 out of 10.
Okay, well, that's like the official stuff. I guess I have to ask also, what is this event that's coming up?
It's the Young Scientists of the Origins of Life Institute at McMaster. And we'll be talking on Tuesday, February 11th. Doors are at 7 p.m. at the David Brayley Health Center, downtown.
Wait, really? Downtown?
Downtown.
Downtown Hamilton.
Oh. Okay. I thought
is
it was like DBAC or something. I thought it was the gym.
No,
Well, hopefully not, because then I'd be going to the wrong
We should
place.
figure this out.
it's not at the gym. It's at the David Brayley Health Center, downtown Hamilton.
Okay.
It is a free event, but you must sign up online.
So you guys are just going to sort of talk about your research and the trajectory of your lives or something?
A little bit.
How you got into the institute, what the institute is?
I think we all have like one slide on what being a grad student or a research student is like,
Yeah.
but it's mostly on our research and actually mostly on motivation.
Ah, okay. So like,
What is astrobiology? Yeah.
It's big, high concept questions, a lot of this
Yeah.
stuff. It's not too much nitty gritty.
that's what's in this bag.
Nitty gritty?
No, high concept questions. Very,
What is the role of moronic clay?
Stop it. Oh, God.
tell me the 3 types of rocks.
We now know.
Big ones, small ones,
Very small ones.
flat ones.
Skipping rocks, yeah. Of course.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You would think the flat ones would fit into one of the 2 categories
No.
before that, but they're very different.
No, because if they're too big, you're not skipping them, and if they're too small, you're not skipping them. There's a size for optimal rock skipping. And
That's a really good point.
I know.
know your stuff.
I'll take my Nobel Prize in geology, which doesn't exist right now.
You can have your honorary doctorate at least. We'll give you that. So that's the plug. So I don't know, maybe we can just ask some big questions. So maybe if you can pull one slip of paper out, read the question to us, and then let her rip.
What is one part of your research you wish you could offload to someone else? Calculating the rate coefficients. Maybe I should explain that. So I'll just say doing quantum chemistry calculations for reactions.
So you want to be like a big picture guy.
Well, that process, which I've done for like 234 reactions, is just like day in, day out, you're like simulating, you're bringing atoms together and you're seeing if they make bonds. And it's, after a while, like there's nothing to it, there's nothing special about it, it's not like magical anymore, but you still have to do it because you need that number at the end of the day. You need to know how fast does that reaction occur. if I could just offload that and have someone doing that nonstop, so I could like run the actual atmospheric simulation where I use all that data, that would be swell.
I thought I saw you tweet something like, I discovered a reaction that nobody else has ever...
Yep.
Is that related to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is cool. That is cool, right? And that is fun.
Okay.
But I have discovered now 95 new reactions.
So now it's just boring.
So now it's like, well, and I don't know if they're important either. So like, two things may react, and they may do so efficiently, but it may not be important to the story of the origin of life or to anything. I mean,
are these like reactions that like actually do happen? I know like there's all sorts of elements like francium and stuff which like exist, but in like
it's all carbon-based reactions.
Okay.
And it's just things that people haven't thought to try to put together.
Okay.
And they're relatively low concentrations, so they didn't happen a lot.
So you're like sticking different things into the electrical socket, and some of them electrocute you, some of them don't. You just want to get somebody to do that for you.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Do you get to name the new reactions yourself?
Yeah, they're the
I don't think they're name-worthy unless they're important.
Yeah. So craft dinner like, 1, craft dinner 2.
I haven't named them anything special, but I don't know. I'm kind of hoping one of them, like one day, will turn out to be really key to something.
The Pearce reaction?
And you have the name in line? I feel like Pearce reaction isn't original enough.
You can't name something after yourself too, because then that's pretentious. Right?
Oh, so you'll name it the Ford reaction. Thanks, Ben.
That's so nice.
Yeah, I'll name it.
I think some of these questions are better than others. I don't know.
What is your holy grail experiment? No budget or time constraints.
If you could just like propose a hypothesis and then have it be done, what would you do?
I mean, the meat of what I do is like making different sample combinations and then running them in the Planet simulator and seeing what comes out of them. I would like to see things that are a little bit more exciting than just doing those straightforward steps, but like going more complex would be skipping a bunch of steps along the way. If I could skip forward though, and have like really accurate representations of what a warm little pond might be like, adding in radiation, adding in day-night cycles, making an accurate representation of a pond with a bunch of different components, it would be very cool. Not useful at this point, but I would love to do it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm gonna take it back. No budget implementation, no time. Just go to another planet and try it out.
There you go. There you go.
Why use a simulator if you can go?
Yeah, I guess go to every
3 other graduate students with her to Mars.
Mars? No budget, no time? Go back in time.
Ooh. Just see the pond.
I didn't know you're allowed to break physics though. Like
no budget. It's not breaking physics. We had enough money to pay to figure it out.
Right.
Well, I guess like once you figure it out, you can just go back in time a couple of years and then start again with the information.
Well, you know that's against the rules.
Yeah.
We've all seen Back to the Future.
But it's very
I guess I could. That's fine.
Are we back on?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back on.
Andrew.
All right. Stick your hand in the bag. I was thinking of I was thinking of taking one of those boxes for like broken glassware in the lab. I'm like, stick your hand in the glass. Yeah, I thought that would be funny, but
dangerous, but exciting. Like
there will
factor.
be glass in there.
The question is, what would you have to discover for you to say, cool, I'm satisfied, no more research for me? Wow. Well, I studied the origin of life, and I really want life to start with RNA, and if I could get RNA to self-replicate and start to evolve in finding new ribozymes, then
yeah, retire after that.
I'd probably retire after that. I'd have to make sure that there's somebody to take care of this new life form that I've created. Yeah, I think that'd be a good time to retire. Open a bar.
Ooh, you want to open a bar?
Yes, I actually do. I do want to open a bar.
Will you put my homebrew on tap?
I would. Actually, I want to start making cider, like the real French cider. Like the kind like near Normandy and Brittany area. It's really good.
Do you think
It's a lot
I
different.
got
than
yeast for you.
It's a lot different than like the American ciders.
Australia's not good.
they have marsupials? It's not real.
Yeah, would your Origins of Life simulator ever produce a marsupial? Would that be good, or?
So I was actually thinking if a little dinosaur crawled out one
Very
day,
successful.
it would be perfect.
Yeah.
That'd be a very
Especially if the
successful
dinosaur is
experiment.
actually just like that.
We would
tall.
also go home
It'd be adorable.
after that. Yeah.
I would take it
It
home
would
with
be
me.
small like that because the
Yeah.
simulator is small.
Correct,
Right?
yeah.
It's
Would
like
you raise it?
goldfish,
I
right?
mean, it's,
Yeah, with Percy. That's if a dinosaur came out,
what would you feed it? Is it a herbivore or a
I'd find out. I'd give it options. It could be Percy's brother or sister because birds are just dinosaurs.
Bring it to A&W and say like, do you want the regular burger? Do you want the Beyond Meat burger?
That's true.
What-
That would
what
be the
works for you?
qualifier.
Your choice.
What is something about your field that you still find hard to believe? Do I go there?
You go there.
Just go for it.
That in my own community, I'm technically the only official female in this community.
That actually was very shocking when you said that.
I'm the only girl in the whole program, student or faculty, because Renee as an undergrad technically isn't in the program because they abolished our undergraduate program because it was probably just Renee.
I actually remember being in first year and seeing like the remnants of the Origins program and thinking, this is so cool. And then it didn't exist.
So now they're forcing you to recruit to bolster your own numbers.
Yeah.
Very sad
Yeah.
and unfortunate.
So how many people are in your thing?
7 grad students?
It's such a cool field. I don't know. It must just be like a problem of people not knowing that it's something that you can go and do.
Yeah, we have pretty bad PR because it's Ben and I doing the PR
Not
in our spare
anymore.
time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we do a really good job. Ben does a really good job. I manage the Facebook page, which is just a landing point for the Twitter page that Ben runs.
Nice.
If you're watching this, then I am already dead. Beginning lecture 1 of my 24 lecture series. Okay. Make your research sound as unimpressive as possible. Okay.
Can I make your research sound as unimpressive as possible?
Yes, please.
Make the computer go beep boop.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yep.
I pressed the
Because
button.
that's really what I think you do is you just
And beep,
click,
boop,
click,
beep,
click,
boop,
click.
and I use the one finger over
yeah,
here and
you
over
can.
here.
For some reason, you've lost the ability to type normally and it's elbows
Yeah.
up.
But you recently started putting Jello in the microwave or whatever.
That's
They
true.
did. I taught them to make the
Yeah,
forbidden
and
Jello.
Renee too, yeah.
Well, Renee knew how to make the forbidden Jello, so she
Yeah.
refined our
We
technique.
take the Jello and we pour the Jello
In the glass.
in the glass, and then we take a picture of the Jello.
That's yeah.
There you go. And sometimes you run the microwave with nothing in it just to make sure that it's fine.
Alternative description. We put Kool-Aid in the $250,000.
Oh yeah, we actually did do that.
And we did do that. We put Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid.
powder.
Kool-Aid
We made
experiment.
$250,000 Kool-Aid. Oh, what a title for a thesis. $250,000 Kool-Aid.
Yeah. I completely forgot we did the Kool-Aid experiment. That was a groundbreaking.
It was. It really
Experiment.
was.
You know what's really sad? I actually recreated that experiment with the watch glasses.
Nice.
Yeah. Did it work?
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Kool-Aid!
Standard Kool-Aid.
Did you use grapes?
Raspberry.
Ooh, we're at 2 flavors.
You might have to do one of each.
We'll
or
have
the
to
other.
do one with
Yeah.
grape to just for consistency.
The electric Kool-Aid ribonucleic acid test, is that like a literature?
It is now.
Yep. Kool-Aid standard.
Was Kool-Aid important to the origins of life?
KD.
Yeah.
All right, beat boop.
On to you.
I always take them upside down. You broke the planet simulator.
Perfect.
Who do you tell first? B. What do you do? I've actually done this a lot.
This is easy to answer.
This is really a good person to get that question.
Yeah. I think the scariest time I broke the planet simulator was with some of Nick's samples. And we put vacuum on it, and it like vacuumed way too fast, and it pulled all of his sample into the air feed, and then like I couldn't get the atmosphere to come back on. Yeah. I think
Is
basically
it like powdered rock or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was carbonate. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I told Michael, my supervisor, after like a little bit of deliberation, I pressed on some stuff first, and in the end we like let it fill up with air really slowly, and we opened it. It was fine. Yeah.
The deliberation was like, do I quit school and like move to Costa Rica?
Mexico's not far.
Is this over? Yeah.
It's nice this time of year, Mexico.
Yeah.
It's good.
The nice thing is that the planet simulator breaks a lot and usually can be fixed.
All right.
Something good. By the way, the questions have all been really good.
Oh, thanks. Shucks.
Two academic truths and a lie. But it says everyone. Does that mean
I was imagining everybody would do that sort of thing, but maybe you do the thing and then we have to decide. Let's do it like a real sleepover.
So I'm not supposed to tell you which are the truths and which is a lie.
Yeah, two truths and a lie, but academically. Is this a sleepover? I didn't bring my jammies. Are we allowed to sleep here?
There's a futon in my lab. One futon.
That's awesome. That's
I
so
wish.
smart. I take desk naps.
Work-life balance, baby.
Yeah. But if I had a futon, ooh.
Sometimes I do not see my supervisor for months.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait. You're gonna say all three, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can go.
Yeah, give them all
continue.
at
Okay,
once.
you want
Yeah,
which
yeah.
ones? Okay. I'm the only person in my lab that knows how to program.
That second one sounds reasonable. Based on my lab, it seems like we only ever have one person who knows how to do like anything computer related, and then we all pester them. But we'll see. We'll see what this third one is.
I don't know. If my data doesn't fit, I just add 45 to things.
You had what?
45 to things.
Truth, lie, truth.
Wow.
Like, I would hope that the last one isn't a truth, and I would hope that the middle one is a lie.
It's sad,
I don't know that that's
because then we know that the middle one is truth, and you are the only one who knows how to program.
More
I
or
think
less.
it's lie, truth, truth. Because Paul's pretty present.
You think I just manipulate my jury?
You have meetings.
doing over here.
Good.
Do you want another picture, or are you good, or what?
I'll take another.
I'll always take another picture.
Yeah, we can do one more picture. We had a ransack, I think.
Yeah, another one?
Yeah, please. Cider?
Another one?
You sounded so helpless.
Don't run away from me. I couldn't think of a good lie.
Okay, what
That would be like.
So was your lie the last one?
Okay. Did you hear the stories about gossip?
I haven't heard the gossip. Dish. This is only on the radio live.
Also,
for the
Oh, I
public.
should not.
Also, I'm the only person who can program. It's a little bit of shade being thrown here.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it. I like it.
Whenever somebody new comes to the lab, I have to essentially teach them how to program.
All right. And then you go onto their LinkedIn and then you like verify that they know how to program.
So what happens is, in my lab, we take people from lots of different departments, and whenever we get somebody from biology or biochemistry or anything like that, they generally don't know programming, especially not at the level of what we do. So They might know like a little bit of Python or something like that. Not enough to make simulations. So. Most of the time, I have to help everybody do the programming and missions, including my supervisor.
It's good practice for you, I guess.
Yeah, it's good practice for me. Yeah.
If that's something that matters.
Sometimes I have to tell my supervisor, like, no, that's possible. And it's like, no, that's definitely not possible. You're breaking computer science. No, that's definitely doable. We can do that.
When you work, music on or off? On. Always on.
Always on.
Always on. I've got Bluetooth over-ear noise canceling headphones. Don't talk to me.
What if you're writing?
Over-ear headphones.
I
Absolutely.
can't write if I'm listening to music.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Lyrics or not lyrics?
If I'm writing, I have a writing no lyrics playlist.
Is it just bird sounds?
It's not just bird sounds.
I mean, they feature heavily in it. But
They don't.
Waterfalls too.
Because then I'd be trying to ID the birds. Do you see how distracting that would be?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
there can
right.
be no. It's all instrumentals. I can highly recommend the band House of Waters. That's
that's a
water
good tip, actually.
yeah, House of Waters. Look it up.
instrumental music?
It's good. It's
It's
very
just a
good.
waterfall.
It's not.
Water falling from different
It's
distances.
not. They're from New York City. I heard them in the subway there once, and I bought their 2 CDs that they had, just like in a.
Were they playing in the subway, or was
Yeah.
it like being piped over the...
No, they were playing in the
That's
subway,
cool.
and
That's
I
so cool.
gave them. I didn't have any change, so I gave them $20 for.
I just gave them my credit card, and they said, charge whatever.
Did you buy 2 separate
Supporting the
CDs or
artist.
2 copies of one CD?
2 separate CDs, $5 each, and I only had a 20, and they were in the middle of a set. I didn't need change. It was worth it.
Nice. Did you give them a Canadian $20 bill?
No,
or
I had
American?
an American. I didn't give them the Monopoly money.
No.
That's
20
like-
Canadian, that's like 5 American.
That's big.
I don't know.
So everybody else, no on music for the most part? You said no.
No, I usually don't.
I play music, but I was recently accused of putting in earbuds and not listening to music just so I don't have to talk to people while I'm in the lab.
Who would
You want
accuse
it?
you of such a thing? Music?
Half the time.
Yeah.
Say half the day music, half the day no music.
Does anybody listen to podcasts when they work? Or is that just like
I
too
do.
much
Too
information?
involved, yeah.
It's too involved. I get to.
But yes.
I mean, it's biochemistry. It's so repetitive. A lot of what I do. Like, you do it enough times and you can think about other things.
Nope.
How much travel do you do for research? I don't think I'm the right person to answer this since I'm an undergrad. I recently went to Montreal for the Canadian Undergraduate Physics Conference. It was very exciting. Also went all
McGill
the way
or University of Montreal?
McGill,
McGill.
but it was in a hotel the whole time, so it really could have been any one of those universities. Also went to U of T Mississauga this summer. Very exciting. And downtown U of T. Yeah.
That's like the 2 parts of Toronto that like you would want to go see. Mississauga and downtown.
Is it?
I don't know. Is it?
Sure, yes. I was dying to visit Mississauga and I had the chance.
That's nice. That's good. Should we go around
Yeah,
quickly and
definitely
just like
should go around.
list places? Ben?
Yes, I go to Germany once a year. Usually southern Germany, Heidelberg or Munich.
Do they have like a funny accent like in the States?
Definitely no.
To southern Germany. Nothing like that? Or?
I mean, yes, but like
no.
more German it up a bit, you know? Like,
Wunderbar.
I
Hi,
don't know how to
Hans.
like. It's too many things.
I give you my results on the ordinary life research. Something like more like
That's
that.
pretty good. Are they also like farmers and stuff? Like more rural?
Ooh, so I wouldn't say necessarily in the southern parts, but I have been to rural Germany. I went on a hike with a friend through middle Germany, and
Did they try to stake you as a vampire or something? Or?
no, but there was this
Thinking of
like
Transylvania.
yeah, that's right. But they were there was cowboys, and they had this like music festival. Just happened we were passing through, and it was very politically incorrect. They had like some of them dressed up as Indians.
Oh
Someone dressed up
no,
as
like as like
cowboys.
Native Americans?
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah.
Wow.
And we were just like, let's just enjoy this for what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't have like a cowboy era in Germany. Did
No.
No.
They didn't have
so
like
they're
a
like
hats and-
No.
they're
that
literally
was-
playing off what like old movies
Okay.
suggest. So like you can't really blame them in that
That
sense.
actually makes it a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
The fact that they're just like looking for like an aesthetic that is like associated with pop culture rather
Yeah.
than like when you're in the States or like Canada and like you're really messing around with stuff you shouldn't be messing around with. I mean, it's still bad.
Yeah.
But
One thing about that, they were able to line dance better than anyone I've ever seen.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Holy
Have you
shit.
seen many line dancers in your day?
Well, I'm from Calgary, and
Germans like things ordered and
yeah, this is where the Calgary Stampede. I mean, we line dance in Calgary. This is what we do.
I'm from Red Deer, Alberta,
Yeah, so
so
Sean knows all about this.
I
Like,
do.
put a little electric slide in there.
oh,
It's
what's the equation of the line dance?
4 in 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Any slope or
Any slopes?
the equation of the line, y equals mx plus b.
Oh. It went over my head.
I think it went under your head. I think it like burrowed way deep under your head. Any other like exciting locations? I've been to Toronto.
I've been to Toronto.
I've not been to Toronto for a concert.
Oh, really? I went to the ACER, which is annual Earth Science Research Conference. It's for grad students. Won second best oral presentation.
Damn.
Hello. Give me $100.
Oh,
Take it.
Cash prize?
I'll take it. Yeah, there's a cash prize, $100.
Was it in actual dollars?
Yeah.
That's always the best.
Wow.
It wasn't even like a gift card somewhere.
It was Tim Hortons gift card.
No, they PayPal'd me $100 essentially.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been to New Orleans for
That's a really dope vacation spot.
for the
Conference
AGU,
spot, yeah.
which is the American Geophysical Union's fall meeting. It's usually in San Francisco, I think,
Also a pretty dope spot.
but it was in New Orleans while the convention center in San Fran was being renovated. So I went there. I've been to Montreal for a Canadian astrobiology space workshop. Where else have I been? Indianapolis.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I get to do field work some of the time.
That's
and I
cool.
go into mines.
I'm jealous of the whole field work idea.
I am too, Adam.
Do you like the idea of carrying a
Nope.
100 liter
Already checking out.
100
I take it
liter
back.
dry pack full of field gear into a mine?
I personally wouldn't want to go into a mine.
That's where I do my field work. It's
Claustrophobic
2.4 kilometers below the Earth's
Yeah, but don't you
surface.
take like a truck?
We take a truck, but we have to be
The whole pack is in the truck the whole time.
we have to be able to carry all of our packs in case of evacuation.
Legit.
Why
Or
can't
in
you just
case
leave the pack?
we can, but there's also the issue of if we get there and we're not allowed to take the truck and we have to take the elevator, you have to then hike down from the elevator to the sampling site.
I actually think this sounds really cool.
It's really dark. Think of the most dark place you've ever been to, and it's darker than that.
Hell?
It's darker than that. There's
Darker.
brimstone and fire in hell. There's nothing
That's
down
true.
there.
Those do have like black body
An
radiation.
ambient sort of infrared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When Renee gets her grant for the Mars mission, like she's going to be looking for people with field experience.
I'm ready.
So
I'm ready
that's why
to
I'm so
sample
jealous.
the subsurface.
okay, the only
Keep that
reason
in
you want to go
mind.
to Mars is so that you can be the queen of Mars.
Yeah. Well, I'd be the princess. Renee's clearly in charge. It's
Okay.
her grant.
She's got the money.
I feel like we've answered that question pretty well.
Yeah, you've
I've been to
cool
Texas.
places. Yeah.
Been
That's
to
like a
Texas
full
twice.
country
Galveston,
unto
Texas.
itself.
It is.
Oh yeah, I'm in Texas
We
too.
went to Phoenix, Arizona.
yeah,
Off
that
in the
too.
Absecon. That was fun. Except there were no bars around.
It wasn't Phoenix, that was Mesa.
Sorry, Mesa, Arizona. And there were like no bars
Do you
around.
remember when we were in that field in Mesa and that
Is this going to be like a romantic story? or-
I drank a lot. I don't remember.
and then a homeless man approached us and it was was really concerning for a moment because we were like, he's like, can I sit with you? And we're like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
We're in a foreign country. And then we're just like, yeah, sure.
Not sure if it's legal or.
And then he ended up being really cool. And then this other crackhead came up to us, and he totally shooed off the crackhead for us.
He's like, go away.
Yeah, and we're like, wow, am I glad that you came first? Because
Thank you, homeless
you
man.
you are a gem.
It's almost like home insecurity is not a reflection on a person's morals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
That was after the conference, but
yeah, and we were
That
also.
wasn't at the conference.
there was so many memorable
actually in
things
the
about this
field.
conference.
Yeah, no. So before that happened, we were at, I think it was the same day. We were at this place that sold pizza and Japanese ramen.
Yeah. And vegan options too.
Yeah,
That's
and we're sitting there
cool.
drinking beer, and
Fusion.
then, right behind us, we see like there's a little explosion, and everybody
We
lost
looked at it,
power.
we're like, oh, that's concerning. And then all the lights turn off in our establishment. We're like, that makes sense that would be connected to this thing.
Listen, we're physicists.
Yeah.
This makes sense. Everybody calm down.
We
This
ended up
makes
sitting
sense.
there for like a couple hours waiting
We're
for the
like,
power
you
to get
can't
back.
leave because you can't pay your
We
bill.
couldn't pay our bill. Yeah.
And we're like, well, we don't really need to be anywhere, so
I remember-
we need to keep the food coming.
I remember going into the bathroom and there's like no windows in the bathroom, and so there's no lights at all, so it's like pitch black. I walk in there with my phone light on, and some guy's like, "Oh, thank God!" I'm like, "Okay, here you go, sir." Yeah.
Let me help you out here.
I don't know how long he's been in there. Yeah, that was fun. I think that was after or before.
I don't know.
That was
It was like the last day of the conference, and we had so much time to kill before the airport. Yeah. We also ordered pizza that one night, and then it just never came.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
That was concerning because we both fell asleep before the pizza came, and I was like, oh, did we
get pizza?
miss it?
Did we have it?
Yeah. And then it just never,
Oh, it's still on its way. It's coming.
It took way too long.
There was also there's only one bar, and it was attached to like the conference center. And we went to try to find another bar, and it showed up on Google, right? And remember,
someone's house.
we walked there, and it was literally just like a trailer.
Yeah.
It was like, no, that's
So
so
cool.
Bar, though.
I
It was
would have
not.
knocked on the door.
We didn't because it just
looked like a
maybe we should have. Maybe it was one of a speakeasy kind of New York kind of thing where you
One of the coolest places I've been was like I went to APS. I didn't have anything to present in my first master's year. I basically used Kari's plane ticket because he wasn't going that year. And we ended up at this place called like Taps and Tapas, and it was literally just a bunch of like master's students. They had this like downstairs apartment. There was like an upstairs, but they installed a couple taps and like I don't know. They just had a little restaurant there. It was just like
pretty awesome.
some guy's house. It was it was sweet.
Is this one you're playing with?
probably already done.
I've been having a good time with all of
Yeah, I've been folding them variably.
I feel like we have too many questions.
No, it's gonna be good. We'll
Ada.
get-
Okay.
I mean, there are only like 50 left, so.
Wrong side. Okay.
It's a long one.
Explain your research to someone from the 1200s. So like 800 years ago.
Is that the Dark Ages?